Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside the class of 1923 arena for this broadcast of Drexel Dragons hockey here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Bob Long alongside me is Mike Christofolio on camera. The 15-3 Drexel Dragons out of the ECHA taking on the 4-11 John Carroll Blue Streak out of college hockey Mid-America. Excited to be alongside for what should be a great matchup. It's the 7th year that they've done this. John Carroll University coming from Cleveland in the Midwest here to Philadelphia to take on the Dragons. And we are underway. Starting lineups for the Dragons here tonight: Dylan Hart, Christopher Hagan, Eugene Lim, Mike Churchvara, Jim Mikulik, and in net, for the first time we've seen him here at home this year, Dylan Gravenstein. Excited to see him in net. A save percentage of .917, goals against of 2.91. Jeremy Wick has got the majority of the time in net this year, but good to see Gravenstein get the opportunity here at home. Drexel in white from right to left. Churchvara pushes it back behind the net. Excited to see what this John Carroll team can do this year. They're a little bit short-handed. Their best player from last year and the highest scorer, Evan Kruger, got hurt in the third game. Bo Rossbach, number 21, came in his place, and he leads the team in goals. Has had a tremendous season thus far with 31 points. Drexel's top line still out there. Under a minute into this one, Christopher Hagan spins back behind the net. Sent it right in front off the stick of Eugene Lim, and they'll pull it back behind the net. And here comes John Carroll with Anthony Pontello carrying it across into the offensive zone. Thinks about flicking it back. Wyeth Cool is badgering him defensively. A nice hit there by Chris DiCarlo, but he went sprawling. Back behind the net, now John Carroll looking for somebody in front. Good stick on the ground that time from Wyeth Cool, and leads to possession for the Dragons. Saucer pass up through the neutral zone. Josh Sklar wraps it around back behind the net, and DiCarlo off to get it. Good pursuit there by John Carroll, close to what could have been a penalty, and actually there now it comes with the Drexel Dragons touch from Dylan Gravenstein. Chris DiCarlo will go to the bench. A hook right in front of the referee. Call a bit delayed, but the call made nonetheless. And the bugaboo for Drexel, it's been this way for quite some time here. Going back down a man, and they'll be shorthanded with 18:29 left to play in the first period. In the last home game, Drexel spent 10 of the first 20 minutes in the penalty box, a down one man against Westchester, a game they lost 5-3. Big hit by Jim Mikulik as the penalty kill unit is on for the Dragons. Max Whopper spins with it. They pull it back to Russell at the point. Nifty little pass there. Sent right across. Gravenstein comes back in front. And a nice job by Drexel to get the stick in the passing lane there. The hustle that time from Cameron Neely. Drexel trying to get it out, and they do. It'll go all the way down the ice, and Patrick McGinley is on a foot race. Russell wins that race, spins with the puck up well, and John Carroll controls across the neutral zone. Rossbach hits the brakes, fluttered around, goes off the skate, and right to the Drexel Dragons. They'll fire it all the way down. Wesley Deacon in net, wearing number 31. He normally goes by 30. 2 wins, 6 losses, and .872 save percentage. Had an issue with the number 30 jersey, so he's wearing his teammate's jersey, Benjamin Lutgarden, who's normally number 31. 50 seconds left on the man advantage for John Carroll. Have not gotten a great opportunity thus far. Now they carry it into the zone, nearly given away, and a big hit that time from Nicholas Urbani. Urbani comes up with the puck, and now John Carroll gets it back. The backhander goes just wide of net. Russell, good keep there at the point. And McMahon pops it back behind the net. This is Bradley Crane with it, and flicks it well. That'll get all the way down the ice. And Deacon is on it. Russell had the puck skidded off to his stick. Nathan Runk there. Now Patrick McGinley. 6 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Dragons, but they can't maintain the puck. And James Grable up the ice. Grable's going to get it back at the Penn logo here at center ice at the Class of 23 arena. Grable loses the puck, but it's not out yet. On the change, shot right on for Gravenstein, and he does a nice job to flutter that wide after making the initial stick save. Mikulik back behind the net, 16:09 to play, 5-on-5 hockey as John Carroll saves it in again. Goes just wide of net, harmless shot there, but the Drexel Dragons still got to work to get it out of the zone. Eugene Lim flicks it high, and that will get into the neutral zone and do just enough, and a hand pass will bring this faceoff back inside the Drexel offensive zone with 15:54 to play. One shot on net, that is in favor of the visitors. The blue streaks of John Carroll. In the dark blue jerseys, the words John Carroll across the front in white. Drexel in the home whites as that faceoff win will chase Gianluca Travia out of his own zone. This is Kyle Weller. He missed some time earlier in the year. Good to see him healthy, a fantastic player. Weller gets it back on his stick. An off-angle shot was deflected wide. That popped high into the air, and it will get into the neutral zone. Forces Gianluca Travia back. He's working with number 21, James Schickling, and it's pumped down the ice. Pontello has it, poked away from him well there by Weller. And number 19, Jamie Crane, is in there as well. Continuing to work behind the net, Weller and Crane. Weller has it now. Weller back to the point. Gianluca Travia didn't get much on it, but it comes right on net, and the save is made there by Wesley Deacon. And a little bit of extracurriculars as these teams, though not conference foes, know each other pretty well. And they took umbrage, did the Blue Streaks, to Jamie Crane getting in there after the whistle. This the first game after a 13-day break for the Drexel Dragons. They'll be right back here tomorrow at 6:05 against the Blue Streaks of John Carroll for a doubleheader. Urbani has that wrister. Nice shot there, but it was deflected in front by number 3, James Grable. And now bad giveaway. Here comes Bo Rosbach. Rosbach's had a tremendous year, but loses the puck off his stick. It rolled right off the blade of his stick, and Drexel comes back the other way. Neely's pass does not hit the tape of McGinley, and so John Carroll will send it down the ice. Comes all the way to Gravenstein. Calmly takes care of that one. Rosbach was waiting for somebody to touch up. Needs to do it again and fired it in, and John Carroll will get a change. 14:12 to play. Nicholas Urbani carries it into the zone. Poked away from him there, but he's going to do the work to get there. Now that pass was ambitious at best, but Drexel's going to get away with it. They get the puck back. Hand-to-hand combat and friendly fire as both Fiore and Neely got after it. Now Mills with the puck. Gets it right back. Good two-man hockey there, but does not get all the way to Gravenstein. Good hit in front by the Dragons. Here's the speedy Eugene Lim. Fires it off the body of number 12, Kuzma. Kuzma's going to get it back, but a nice job there by Hagen. Hagen doing some work on his own. McMahon is back there for John Carroll. Desperate to clear, and now they will. This will go all the way down the ice. It will stop short of icing. It's Jim Mikulik. Long pass onto the tape of Christopher Hagen. Nice touch up there by Dylan Hart. The captain and the rest of that line will come to the bench, except for Eugene Lim, who continues to fight and chase after that puck. Making life difficult as John Carroll tries to clear, and they do. Waiting for Kyle Weller to touch up, and number 19, Jamie Crane, will fire it in. That one goes into the penalty box. So we'll get a stoppage and a face-off with 12:52 to play. Still scoreless here between John Carroll University and Drexel University here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Face-off right at center ice. Weller does just enough. Carroll's going to come up with it, though, and fire it back in. This is Michael Corkery, number 26, back behind the net, feeding it up the ice. Michael Yolishny off for Pontello. Pontello nearly lost the puck. A nice job to stay with it. and a diving stab up the ice. And John Carroll does a lot of good work here on the forecheck. They have this puck deep in the Drexel zone. Weller gets it to center. And in on net. Nice save there as Deacon came out of the blue paint. Drexel with just the one loss in conference play this year. That came on the 17th of November, a 5-3 loss to Westchester. But after the Thanksgiving break, refreshed and looking to get back after it tonight against a non-conference foe. John Carroll Blue Streaks. Big hit there by Nathan Runk. Runk sends it around the backboard. Sklar, a nice touch there. Urbani has it, and Drexel thought they had an opportunity. Nice stop there off the skate of number 3, James Grable, but they can't do anything further with it. Neither team establishing significant puck possession thus far tonight. A giveaway that time. Sklar has it now. Urbani. Urbani with the off-angle shot. That goes off the helmet of Deacon. John Carroll looking to clear. They only get it to the point. Right back in. That goes off the side netting. Nicholas Urbani, he is never afraid to whip that with the wrister. He's got a tremendous shot from the point. 11:14 to play, first period, still scoreless. Josh Sklar, at the end of his rope, will come to the bench. John Carroll will get a half change as well as that's pumped back behind to Dylan Gravenstein. Wyeth Cool flips it up behind McGinley, but coming onto the puck now is Cameron Neely. Neely drives right in, comes back behind the net, taken off well that time by John Carroll, but Drexel stays with the puck. Long shot, sent right across from an off angle. That went right across the crease off the stick of Kyle Fiore. Best chance tonight for the Dragons. Now a bad giveaway here. And Thiebert fires it in for John Carroll. Good recovery by the Dragons. Now an up ice pass. Eugene Lim, one-on-one, walks right in. Save made, and it's covered up by Wesley Deacon. Boy, Lim probably didn't get quite as much as he wanted on that one, but he put a lot of pressure, came in with a ton of speed, one on none, and Deacon stood up on that one. Just the one penalty thus far on Chris DiCarlo. Other than that, we've had 5-on-5 hockey the whole time. Drexel continues to work. Now back behind the net. Dylan Hart has the puck taken off his stick, but gets it right back. Schickling. Sent right in front. He scores! Eugene Lim on the board. Off the pass from Christopher Hagan. Tape to tape to tape. Eugene Lim sets up shop right in between the circles and fires it short side, beating Wesley Deacon. Nothing Dragons, 9:59 to play in this one. We're halfway through this first period of play. And that time, if you're John Carroll, you just can't let Eugene Lim set up shop there. He's dangerous. And it was wonderful vision on the ice by Christopher Hagan. Now Mills comes up the ice. Colin Mills taken off the puck by Mike Churchvara. And we have a penalty coming up. Mike Churchvara goes to the penalty box, and for the second time in this period, John Carroll will be on the man advantage. Managed just one shot on the last power play. Russell after the faceoff win. Now up to the point. The shot there by McMullen. Blocked beautifully by Mikulik. Now huge save by Dylan Gravenstein. Tremendous play as he came across as it was a wide open net for Rossbach, guy who scored 12 times this year. But the lateral movement by Gravenstein was fantastic. Now Russell. Looks like the same play here. Sent right in front. Gravenstein up to task there. Drexel can't clear. Back in front. Nice job to lay down the stick by Jamie Crane. Now Pontello feeds it back. That goes off the stick of a Dragon. Patrick McGinley on the ice. And John Carroll comes back up with it. 1:28 to go in this man advantage. And Drexel will be able to clear, but it hammers its way into the calf of the referee. So perhaps a little bit of a break there for John Carroll. But now an opportunity, one-on-one for Kyle Weller. Weller goes to the backhand, goes right off the side of the net. Weller up to the point, and Urbani will be very patient and pull it all the way back, and then we'll fire it down the ice. Now that's touched up there by number 21, James Schickling. And Drexel's doing a nice job on the penalty kill thus far. 50 seconds left. They have a 1-0 lead, 8:17 to play. A late start here tonight. 10:30 p.m. puck drop. All our West Coast hockey fans are certainly enjoying this one, I would hope, on their way back from work. Now Max Whopper out to the edge of the circle. Pontello back at the point. He crawls in, keeps the puck on his tape, and fires it around behind. Ooh, miscommunication there, forces it back out of the zone, and John Carroll will have to recompose themselves here. Now a good look in front, but they can't get it to Bo Rossbach, but there is a delay offside as Drexel will take their time, patient with 5 left. Eugene Lim will fire it, and it'll get all the way down the ice. Penalty has expired. Church Vera to the bench, and a full change for the Dragons. Fired back in. The speed here from John McMahon. McMahon can't win the battle, though. Travia got a stick on it. Good work that time, though, from Grable as he gets it up to Gilbert at the point. On the forecheck, McMahon is there. Grable back behind the net, and John Carroll has it sent right in front. Comes onto the stick of McMahon. He can't get the shot off. He turns and fires for Grable. Grable whips it around behind. That will skitter along the half board and onto the stick of Gianluca Travia. Hart can't clear it. Sent across, that goes off the skate of Grable and wide. 6:43 to play in this first period. Now John Carroll having the opportunities. Grable, the shot. Nice stick in there by Eugene Lim. That forced it wide on the deflection. And up to center ice. Not deep enough for icing. Pontello. And we have a whistle as it was a delay penalty. John Carroll will send its first member to the penalty box. Jacob Kuzma, none too thrilled, and the Dragons will go on the man advantage. .6:29 to play, 1-0 lead for the Dragons. They are in the home whites. John Carroll in the road, Navy Blues. The penalty to number 12, Jacob Kuzma, and a 2-minute minor. Face-off won by Carroll. Whipped it all the way around Church Vera, not at the point. Tremendous job of clearing by number 17, Brian Russell. Church Vera carries with 1:45 on the power play. Looking to test the netminder, Wesley Deacon. Church Vera gets it at the top of the circle. Here's Eugene Lim. That shot goes off the post. Lim gets it back. At the edge of the circle, up top. In the slot for Church Vera. Patience there. Lim has it. Church Vera, that shot was blocked right off the stick. Comes to Lim, sent right in front. A nice stick in there by Max Whopper. He needed that one because Kyle Weller was in a tremendous spot. Pretty much the same place on the ice that Eugene Lim scored the first goal. And this looks like it could be an icing, and it is. The long, ambitious pass evaded the stick of the Dragons, and the faceoff will come back in the Carroll offensive zone. 5:25 to play in this first period. It's 1-0 Drexel. Faceoff won there, and was initially controlled by Drexel, but Bo Rosbach in amidst 3 Drexel Dragons makes things tough. Still a man up are the Drexel Dragons for the next 41 seconds. Hagen flutters it across onto the stick of Church Vera. Hagen for Church Vera, and that pops up into the stands. Nice effort there by the fans. Low boards here at the Class of 23 Arena. But they're ready. They knew they were in the splash zone. Everybody looks okay down there, which is good. I tell you what, it's a pretty decent crowd for a 10:30 puck drop here on the East Coast, a Friday night. Folks love their Drexel hockey. Big crowd on this side of the ice. Back behind the Drexel bench. Sent right in front. They can't get the shot off. Comes on to the stick of Jamie Crane, I should say. Hagen, that long cross-ice pass was deflected and sent out to the neutral zone. McMahon picks it up. Now Whopper, that shot goes into the catching glove of Dylan Gravenstein. .423 to play in this one. Gravenstein has not been tested too much, but he's done a nice job. He's made 3 saves on 3 attempts. Face-off controlled there by Patrick McGinley and flipped up by Michael Corkery. That'll get out of the zone. 5-on-5 hockey for both teams at this point. 4:08 to play in this first period. Gianluca Travia. Fiore fires it back in. Back behind the net. Opportunity for the Dragons. McGinley thought he saw a gold mine now. Now he gets it back on his stick. Goes just wide. Was looking for Kyle Fiore, who couldn't get the shot off. The pass was behind him. McGinley takes John Carroll off the puck, but Carroll gets it right back, and a big hit there by Gianluca Travia. 2-on-1. Sent across. Gravenstein. What a save there as he got a pad on that one. The lateral movement twice tonight from Dylan Gravenstein has been tremendous. And it's out of play with 3:33 to play. Dylan Gravenstein getting his opportunity at home here tonight for the first time, doing a tremendous job. Up high off the boards, flicked in by John Carroll. Travia, who just delivered that big hit, comes up with the puck. Corkery has it. Patience from Michael Corkery. Now it's into the neutral zone and flipped back in by Carroll. Chris DiCarlo has the puck on his stick. DiCarlo comes right in on net, fires it hard, really went at that near post, just hoping to create a dirty goal. Now Josh Sklar has it. Nathan Runk, the big man, turns with it on his stick. Sklar has Mikulik cross ice. That pass goes in. It's a goal for the Dragons. Little tip drill in front. Mikulik fires it intentionally wide, and a tremendous trip drill brings it home for the Dragons. It's 2-0 Drexel. Looks like it might have been number 6, Chris DiCarlo, who got that one. He was the first back to the bench. It was a scrum in front. Mikulik's puck was going well wide of the net. An unbelievable tip to put it right through the 5-hole of Wesley Deacon. Church Farrell lays a big hit. DiCarlo lays a big hit, and a nice stick in by the Dragons to avoid that threat. Church-Farah turns with the puck. Sklar has it. Takes the shot. It's off the leg of Max Whopper. Pontello discards Nathan Runk. And Pontello will carry it into the zone. Shot right across, deflected just wide of net. Pontello in front. Here's Ulishny, number 28, carrying the puck. Nice move there. Shot goes just wide. Might have caught the blocker of Dylan Gravenstein. Fluttered to Ellis, who pops it back behind the net. Whopper on the chase. He fights against Jamie Crane. Now Kyle Weller is going to be the one to come up with it with 1:42 to play. Drexel looking to clear, and they will. Long pass comes onto the stick of Jamie Crane. Weller joins the fight. Sent back behind. The shot goes just wide after the deflection there. Sent on at a tough angle, and Wesley Deacon is there. Deacon up to task. As James Schickling had an opportunity, tried to go short side on that drop back pass from Jamie Crane, and he couldn't finish. $1:29 to play in this first period. 10 shots for the home Dragons of Drexel, 5 for John Carroll. And we will do that face-off again. Bo Rosbach will be kicked out of the face-off circle, and they'll put Adam Glicka on in his place. He'll face against Kyle Weller, and we were not ready for play yet. The referee on the backside of the net saw that Deacon was not ready. So now we are ready for hockey once again. And after Drexel wins the faceoff, John Carroll, nice job to clear the puck. It's a foot race. Glicka can't get there. And Drexel is able to control it. Cross-ice pass off the stick of Nicholas Urbani. Urbani keeps it, sent right across, and nobody there. Drexel maintains possession. Schickling sent across, nobody there. Jamie Crane taken down on the play, and pulling up with it, Jacob Kuzma. Kuzma up for Freilich, all alone, saved again on the blocker side. Dylan Gravenstein, another big-time save, keeps the clean sheet through the first 19-plus minutes of this game. Eugene Lim with a toe drag, gets the puck onto his stick. He's patient. Fires and it's deflected up into the netting. 28 seconds left in this first period. 2-0 Drexel. Here's John McMahon. He'll face off against the captain, Dylan Hart. McMahon wins that face-off. 25 seconds left as John Carroll carries it. Pontello back behind the net. He's got some speed. He's shown it all night. Sent in, and he scores. Gravenstein thought he had it, beats him 5-hole. Pretty unassuming rush there, and Pontello able to just curl it through. And Gravenstein is beat in the last 14 seconds of this first period. John Carroll cuts the lead in half. Boy from up here looked like he had it. Then he started looking behind, and then you get the signal from the referee. Pontello, a nice job late in the period. Just throw the puck on net, and sometimes you get rewarded. Dylan Hart lays a huge hit. Still time for the Dragons. 4 seconds left. Good stick in there by Pontello. One shot goes wide, and that's the end of the first 20 minutes of play here from the class of 23 arena. Drexel 2, John Carroll 1. But the Blue Streaks got to feel pretty good about themselves going into half, getting that, or into intermission, I should say, getting that late goal from Anthony Pontello. And on the Drexel Dragons side, they've had a lot of puck possession. The second half of the first period has been a lot of puck control and opportunities in front. They have that 1-goal lead, and they'll go to the locker room and devise some more strategies to try to keep this lead. The score after 20 minutes, Drexel 2, John Carroll University 1. Stay tuned. We'll have some interviews with some of the members of the Drexel Dragons here at intermission. And before you know it, we'll be back for the beginning of the second period here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Bob Long here. My sidekick is Mike Crisafulli. Excited to have him alongside. Excited to have all you alongside on a late Friday evening puck drop here from Philadelphia. We'll be right back. Back on the Drexel Hockey Network with Chris Hagan, the junior forward for the Drexel Dragons. And I talked with John just a few minutes ago about this. You know, everybody else is just moving into their dorms right now. You guys are full speed on ice, scrimmaging, and really fighting for spots. What was it like out there today?
Yeah, it's great to see all these new faces, incoming freshmen. They're all solid players. Yeah, just being on campus and stuff, being back on the ice with everyone. Yeah, we're excited for the season to start.
What was last year like for you guys? I know that you have very high expectations last year, but walk us through how last year went and how that transitions to this year.
Yeah, winning our league is always on our top goal list of the season. So it was awesome to win our league and then obviously go to nationals in Columbus. And then next year it's in Columbus or Dallas. So we're really excited for that.
Chris, where did you go to high school and how did you make your way to Drexel?
I went to North Fremont Herman, which is a prep school in Massachusetts. I heard about Drexel, the co-op system, and I heard they had a hockey team as well. I followed up with Zoldi and got a tryout and made the team. So.
That's great. Now, how would you characterize Coach Zoldi's style of coaching? It seems like he runs a really tight ship out there, but also gives you guys the freedom to, be yourselves on the ice. I'm impressed by what I've seen from Coach Zoldi so far, but how would you describe it coming from the bench?
Yeah, he's always up-tempo. He has a lot of sayings of be humble, but play hard. And the one thing I love about Zoldi is he lets you play your game, and he's a great coach.
Who's your squad in the NHL?
Squad? New York Islanders.
New York Islanders, okay. So how's that been, one, going up to Boston for prep school and then coming down to another hockey town in Philadelphia, neither of which are necessarily too fond of the Islanders?
Yeah, dealing with all the Bruin fans up there, it's a huge difference from down here, but I've come comfortable with everyone around here.
So you've been here for a couple years. I asked John Luca this question.
Yeah.
What was the funniest thing anybody did last year, whether that was in the dorms or on the road trip? Take us inside the locker room a little bit.
Yeah, so we have the talent show obviously is always a good time. But on the road trips, especially the long road trips, we have the freshmen sing on the bus their favorite song with headphones on, so they're just singing to the song on the bus without them actually listening and all that stuff. So it's a fun time.
That's tremendous. Looking forward to hearing more stories like that. And Chris, appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Good luck this season.
Thank you so much.
You got it. That's Chris Hagan from the Drexel Dragons here on the Drexel Hockey Network. Still about 10 minutes to go in this intermission. Thanks for being with us. And got to give our guy Dylan Gravenstein a look here. We had the opportunity to sit down with him and Jeremy Wicken on his big night here at home. We're going to check out the interview that we did with those guys preseason. Drexel Hockey Network here with Jeremy Wick, Dylan Gravenstein, the two goaltenders for the team. Guys, it was a interesting morning skate and then a heck of a scrimmage out there. What did you guys see out there on the ice this morning?
It's definitely been a tough two skates in one day. The only good part is we got us two and then four other goalies this year. So, when you got that many guys and you're not taking as many shots, you're getting a little more rest. But I'm definitely excited. The team we got right now, I think we're looking real good. And I think everybody's really excited about the season.
Yeah, team looked really fast out there in the morning, and the beginning of the scrimmage started off a little bit slower, but as it picked up, as you saw, bodies were flying, like shots were getting on net. Overall, I thought the team looked really good, and the team's looking solid, and keep it up going on for the rest of the tryouts.
It's so tough, I'm sure, because you don't even have your D1 and your D3 teams set yet. But compared to last year, from what you've seen in just the opening day here, how do you think you guys measure up to the caliber team you had last year?
I really do think we're going to be a lot better. We only lost 3 guys this year, 3 forward. Really, a lot of our core guys are still here, and then we're picking up a lot of really good players too. So I do think we're taking our game from last year and stepping it up a level.
And I think, overall, the overall competitiveness, because of the fact that, there are 2 teams, you can see it out there where people are just, the work ethic has gone up astronomically over what it used to be at tryouts and everything. And I think that really makes teams better over time. So I'm really looking forward to see how the rest of the skates go.
We're sitting here in the middle of September, and of course you guys start in a couple weeks, but there's a lot more that people don't see that goes into you guys getting out here even today and being as ready to play as you are. Walk me through what a summer is like for a goaltender like yourself and how you prepare yourself for today.
Yeah, so definitely there's a lot of different summer leagues that you participate in. I get a little college elite league here out in Philadelphia. I do that. Get in the gym as much as possible, and then really towards kind of July, August, I did another men's league out in Wilmington. So I was really, definitely getting to the gym as much as possible and making sure you're staying on the ice, staying fresh for the upcoming season, and being in the best shape possible coming into camp.
Yeah, just trying to stay on the ice, definitely hitting the gym. Another thing that, as goalies, got to be more flexible, so I like to do yoga and stretch. I find that incredibly important as much as, working out and everything. I really find that as you get older, you just get a lot tighter before you get out there on the ice. And the more you stretch, the more the type of yoga type stretching stuff you do, the better I feel out on the ice, at least personally. But
especially days where today we got 2 skates in one day, and then you go back at it again tomorrow. You're definitely your hips, your legs. You definitely are feeling it a lot more. So it's important to stay loose and drink a lot of water too.
The goaltender position is such an interesting one in hockey. Arguably the mentally most draining position out there. I'm sure you guys would agree, being goaltenders yourselves. Walk the folks that maybe have never gotten in the crease before, what that mental game is like and how you prepare yourself to be your best on a night in and night out basis.
Yeah, so as the goalie, you're the last line of defense. One shot that can go into that. You can't blame anybody else for your mistakes. If D makes a mistake or something, you're still there, but you can't. You're the last guy defense. You can bail out people, but you can't bail out yourself.
I always look at it, it's a lot of people can make smaller mistakes out on the ice and might go unnoticed, but when you're in net, you make a small mistake, you got that little red light behind you going off. So it's more of just focusing, and if you do make a mistake, it's in one ear and right out the other, because if you think about it for too long, it'll bring you down. But just getting in the crease, it's just focusing and playing your game, because you only know how you can play and not letting anything else bother you as possible.
I would definitely say the biggest part is maybe bouncing back from when you do give up a goal. You're definitely down on yourself. You feel like you let the team down maybe in a sense. And that's the toughest part, just being able to, just got to be mentally tough, really, to bounce back and keep sticking to your game and playing the way you know how to, and playing to the best of it.
How do you build continuity with your defensemen as well? You're dealing with 3 lines of defensemen, obviously shifting in, shifting out.
Yep.
But all the while, you need to have continuity on that back line and communication with you as the goaltender. How do you build that?
Yeah, there is really a lot more kind of communication, you think, between the D and the goaltenders. All the forwards on the ice and all the D are talking to each other, but it really is important because you're the last guy and you can see the whole entire ice. You can see everything. So if a D is coming back at you, he doesn't know what's going on behind him. So as a goalie, you really got to communicate with those defensemen of yours.
And it starts in practice where, if we see things that are happening in practice that might have happened in a game before, we both definitely, we talk to the D, tell them things we like, things we don't like. Like in this play, you might want to have done this, going around the net in a certain way. But really the communication, and once you communicate with them and things go well, that confidence builds. So it's more of it's a continuation as to continue to build that confidence, because if you say something wrong, that could hurt it, but it's really something that you build over time. And that's how it starts in practice. Really starts now, where we talk, we yell at them, try to just get in their ear and make sure they're hearing what we're saying and see how it works.
So what are you guys looking forward to most this season? Is there any specific game, or just generally speaking, what the mindset is as you're looking forward to the season?
I think every game is really going to be a big one, especially, our league and our division games, just because, we're back-to-back defending champions right now. Every time we play a team, they're going to be giving us their best. So we got to be ready for every game. But I'd say probably the biggest games of the year are probably our games against Navy.
Yep.
They're definitely our biggest rival. it's easy to get up for those games. Everybody's excited about one, and those ones are a battle.
Yeah. Like you're saying, every game's important, and really the best thing, the one thing that I know as a team we all look forward to is just winning another championship, and that's what we want to do. But if you were to say one game overall, it's the possibility that we might play at Lincoln Financial Field this year in an outdoor game. That would be that definitely look forward to that one. That would be cool.
Great stuff, Jeremy, Dylan. Appreciate you guys coming on. I enjoyed speaking.
Thank you. I'm sure we'll be on again.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Drexel Hockey Network, the beginning of the second period. And we are very quickly underway. Face-off won by Patrick McGinley. Kyle Fiore now set in front. Nice deflection there by John Carroll. Carroll works it in, feeds it in. And Mike Church-Vara comes back behind the net. He loses it in front, and they score! Pouncing on it like a cat. Number 13, John McMahon, he fed that right in front. And Gilbert, it looked like. No, it looks like number 21, Bo Rosbach with his 13th goal of the year, ties it up at 2. So John Carroll, in the span of 1 minute of ice time, scores 2 goals, bookending the end of that first period and the beginning here of the second. We're all square at 2. The turnover by Church-Vara back behind the net. The persistence by John McMahon. And the goal from Bo Rosbach makes it 2-2. In the first period, there was an unbelievable deflection by Drexel, gave him a 2-0 lead. Was uncertain, couldn't really tell who that goal went to. It was actually Nathan Runk who got the deflection and put it home. Big glove save that time by Dylan Gravenstein. Came from the point. Good shot there by number 12, Jacob Kuzma. Face off in the Carroll offensive zone. 19:06 to play in this second period. Face off, one there, and the shot comes right on. Great play that time by number 25, Andrew Freilich. Learning from the best, Jack Eichel loves to do that. Loves to win that face-off forward, go and take a quick shot when he's in the offensive zone. Now a turnover The captain Hart goes to the backhand, fires it just wide. Hagen back to the point. Wrister, a nasty one comes from Nicholas Urbani and saved that time by Wesley Deacon. Now we got ourselves a hockey game here. It was 2-0 Drexel with a minute left in the first period. Now 2-2. John Carroll has the Dragons a little bit on their heels. Now set in front. Dragons work it behind the net. Comes to Eugene Lim. Patience there. Now he spins and fires, and it goes just wide. Hart, the puck comes right back to his feet. It went off the shin of the official. He didn't see it. Grable, toe drag, gets it back on his stick, and it hit the side netting. Gravenstein was in there as well. Penalty coming up with 18:03 to go. And it'll be Christopher Hagen going straight to the box. A slash coming up against the Drexel Dragons. And John Carroll, with a tie game, will go back on the man advantage. Face-off one back to McMullen. Churchvara up to get that one. Race to clear the puck. Now a penalty coming up, and it will be John Carroll this time. With a hook, Bo Rosbach. None too pleased. That penalty comes 11 seconds into John Carroll's power play. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 49. Face-off controlled there by John Carroll. 17:48 to play in this second period. We're square at 2. They carry it into the zone. Brian Russell goes to the backhand, tries to wrap behind the net, but Jim Miklik was there. Now Gravenstein didn't know what to do, tried to go back there, now back in position. Right in front, blocked there by Mike Churchvara. Didn't get to Gravenstein. John Carroll, though, continues to work on the 4-on-4. Comes to the top of the circle, moving back towards the point and fired around. Russell has it. Russell loses that puck. Churchvara is there. And now with a full head of steam, he comes up the ice. Tried to go off the glass for Crane, but McMullen comes up with it. Now Grable. James Grable comes in straight across, and they score! John Carroll scored 3 goals in the span of 3.5 minutes. And it's Grant McMullen on the board. He has a tap in. The assists go to Grable, the secondary assist. And it looked like Freilich was on the other side of the net. He tapped it right across, and Grable wide open at the back post. 3-2 John Carroll University. Into the neutral zone, Pontello. He scored a goal earlier tonight. He shoots right on. And Gravenstein is there. Face-off controlled here by Nicholas Urbani. 16:45 left. Still on the 4-on-4. Urbani spins back behind the net. Now comes onto his dominant hand. And sends it off the sideboards. Cameron Neely. James Schickling. Up to Wyeth Cool. That shot is deflected. Comes right on net. They're still chasing after it. Came onto the pad of Deacon. Schickling. Feathers one in there. 2 guys go down. He's going to maintain the puck back behind the net. Now Neely spins with it. at the circle, shoots, and it was off the pad that time of Wesley Deacon. We mentioned Deacon wearing number 31. The normal goaltender wearing that is Benjamin Lutgarden. But there was an issue with his jersey. Now in front, shot just goes wide from Christopher Hagan. Looking for his 4th goal of the year. Now a stick in the way that time by number 11, Max Whopper, will allow John Carroll to get the change they want. 5-on-5 here with 15:31 to play. Hagan lost the footing on that one. Now here's Dylan Hart. Hart sent across. Eugene Lim in front. Goal! It feathered in there. Was it Lim? Did Christopher Hagan get a touch? Either way, I think it was deflected by Hagan, and it snuck by number 31, Wesley Deacon, and Drexel's tied this one at 3. The return of the 30 goal here at the class of 1923 arena. As Eugene Lim just fires it to the front of the net, Christopher Hagan crashes. Whether he got a touch or not, he certainly affected the goal. Up here, we're giving it to Hagan until we hear differently. The assist in front by Lim. Drexel, a tremendous job to clear that puck by Gianluca Travia as he felt it was from his skates to the ice. That one goes up into the stands here at Class of 23 Arena, and we'll have a face-off in what's been a very, very interesting game and a very interesting beginning to the second period, just 5.5 minutes in. Now it's a foot race here for Jamie Crane. Crane's going to win that foot race to the back wall. Crane tried to send it across. Nice job by McMullen to get the stick in there, but he can't clear. Weller carries with speed. Back behind the net. Tries to wrap. They score! James Schickling, number 21, on the far post. He scores after a wonderful play by Kyle Weller to keep it in right at the line. He skates a circle behind the net and fires it in front to the waiting stick of James Schickling. 4-3 Drexel, and they've responded just like that. Now John Carroll looking for an answer. Ulishny hit hard, sends him out of the zone. And here comes Drexel 2-on-2. It becomes a 3-on-2. Crane's shot is deflected. Nice job there by number 13. A great play. John McMahon, but he has to send it down the ice. And perhaps laboring a little bit to get back there. Jim Mikulik draws the ice. They'll come all the way back down to the Drexel offensive zone. All in all, though, you'll take that ice if you're McMahon. It was a 3-on-2. He really had to desperately get a stick on that one, and there were reinforcements coming. At least John Carroll has an opportunity to regroup, and they are able to clear. That one touches a stick in the bench of the Blue Streaks, and the faceoff will come back into the Drexel zone. Got a nice Drexel student section. Student section being led in cheers and chants. Gotta love that. Jim Mikulik sends it on. That will get all the way to the stick, and misplaying at that time was Wesley Deacon. Drexel's going to come up with the puck and maintain possession. Back into the neutral zone. Everybody will have to touch up. Urbani flicks it high on one hop to the back wall. Nicholas Urbani feeds back for Fiore. He was about to come off the ice, now flicks it high and does come to the bench. Runk gets in there, as does Cameron Neely. But it's McMahon coming up with it, firing it down the ice. And it'll be an icing. Another one where somewhat close there, maybe a little bit laboring from Wyeth Cool to get back there, but they give him the ice nonetheless with 12:40 to play in the second period. First-year head coach for John Carroll University, Scott Shantry. He's been with the program before. He was an alum of the hockey program as well. Andrew Wisniewski, his assistant, also a John Carroll University alum. Program that's had a lot of success. Won their conference each of the last 2 years. Graduated a lot of seniors. And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Evan Kruger, their top returner and their top scorer in general from last year, has been out with an injury. But they've come back, and here tonight played a very impressive effort, 4-3, and we got a heck of a long way to go. More fireworks on the way for sure. A nice job by these guys who left Cleveland, Ohio at 8:30 this morning. A 10:30 p.m. puck drop, a lot to ask of a team. And they've come out here with energy and fire and given Drexel all they've wanted. Back in the zone, they'll whip it around. Eugene Lim's going to come onto the puck, but he loses it. Only for a second, though. Wyeth Cool bails him out. Lim gets it back, makes one miss, makes another miss, and here he comes up through the neutral zone. Sent in front, Dylan Hart didn't get the touch he wanted. And now James Grable up the ice. Grable with speed. Grable at an off angle, sends in, and Gravenstein makes the save. Grable didn't get a ton on that one. The other thing about this John Carroll team, not only did they lose some of their goal scorers, but they lost Chuck Denner, an all-conference goaltender last year. And they go down on the play. Opportunity for the Dragons. Great job to get the stick in there by Pontello, and John Carroll avoids a potential disaster there. Gianluca Travia back behind the net. Forecheck here. Sent in front, nobody there. But now they get it right back. John Carroll had several opportunities, but it is out. And everybody has to touch up for the Blue Streaks. Long pass goes off the stick of Nathan Runk. Back to get it, Chris DiCarlo. He'll win the race. Runk hangs with it on the forecheck. Comes right back to him after the pass from DiCarlo. Can't get onto his stick. And up the ice comes Bo Rosbach. Rosbach will just flick it in and get a full change. Whipped around for Nathan Runk. Runk on the near side boards as DiCarlo also joins the fight, trying to get it out. Mills trying to keep it in, and it does just bleed out of the zone. Speed there, taken off the puck, though, by Jim Mikulik. Fight along the near side boards. Number 9, Colin Mills is on there. Mills is going to come up with it. DiCarlo, after he's taken off the puck by Churchvara, will carry. Now Kyle Fiore off for Churchvara. Churchvara with patience comes onto the backhand. Wow, is it just high? Fiore's in there back behind the net along with Patrick McGinley. McGinley off for Churchvara. Back onto the stick of McGinley, but he loses it, and now numbers opportunity. Mills comes with the puck on his stick, and it's poked away beautifully by Jim Mikulik. And a penalty coming up. This will be against Wells. Off camera, back behind the play after the puck was taken away from Jim Mikulik. Number 9, Colin Mills, just closed his legs as he had Mikulik in between them. They're actually going to call the penalty on Jim Mikulik. Mikulik could not escape as Mills would not remove the legs from being separated. Now, I'm a little surprised by that call, to be honest with you. And the other thing I'm surprised about is that the penalty was called, while the puck was on the stick of John Carroll. That's what led me to believe that it was a penalty against the Blue Streaks. But the referee got turned around, I think made perhaps the wrong call if there was any call to make at all, and then blew it dead at the wrong time. It's a 10:30 p.m. puck drop for everybody. Bo Rosbach comes right in. Save made by Gravenstein. 9:14 left in this period. John Carroll had a beautiful opportunity after the penalty. A $1:40 left on the man advantage. Dylan Gravenstein up to task. Rosbach wins the faceoff. Grant McMullen feeds it across. Into the middle there. They try to keep it. Whopper does. The pass a little bit behind Rosbach. 1:29 left on the man advantage. Pontello comes across. Here's Rosbach. Top of the circle shot. That goes back behind the net, and they score! Careens off the backboards right to the back post. Max Whopper backhands it home, and it is tied at 4 once again. A power play goal for the John Carroll University Blue Streaks. We mentioned the delicacy and the questionability of that call. Comes back to bite the Drexel Dragons. The Jim Mikulik penalty results in a goal just 42 seconds into that power play. Pay no attention to the scoreboard on the top right of your screen as you see the clock still counting down, but Drexel has all 5 on the ice, obviously. Schickling comes right in, sends across, and the net came off its moorings as James Schickling goes crashing into the near side boards, as does number 19, Mike Ellis. 8:25 to play. 5-on-5 hockey. As I mentioned, don't pay any attention to that scoreboard there. They just didn't pull that penalty time off the ice. It is 5-on-5 as the faceoff is won and right into the glove of Wesley Deacon. We'll do it again from the same circle. Excited to be alongside. They saved the fireworks for about midnight here tonight, 11:30 p.m. in the East. Bob Long on play-by-play. Mike Crisafulli on camera. He's been my sidekick all year long. Excited to be working with him, and he's providing the great looks from the camera perspective here tonight from Philadelphia. James Schickling comes up with it. No number, so he'll fire it in back behind the net. Jamie Crane lifts the stick, but John Carroll's still going to come up with it. And here's a long pass. Max Whopper is going to win the race. They're going to wave off icing. Sent across, and Gianluca Travia calmly comes up with it. Sent back in that time by John Carroll. Whipped around for Jamie Crane as the Blue Streaks come with a full change. Flipped up, that'll go wide of net. Gilbert back behind the net, and McMullen comes up with it. Long one off the boards, comes onto the stick of Jim Mikulik. And that long pass, I think Lim thought that he had a teammate there. We have a Drexel Dragon, a little slow getting onto the bench there. I think somebody was shaken up, might have been Travia. Church-Vara with the backhand, saved well there by Wesley Deacon. Back behind the net. It is Dylan Hart with the puck. Comes onto the stick of Lim. Lim with some moves, back behind for Hart. Hart sent right in front and never got to net. Nice play there by McMullen to get a stick on it. Long cross-ice pass. Got to Hagen, and Hagen's going to stay with it. Onto the backhand of Lim. The shot goes just wide. Christopher Hagan is still there. Patience as the cross-ice pass goes over the stick of Mike Church-Vera into the neutral zone where he'll corral it. Now they reload again. Nice play there by number 28, Michael Yelishny. But it's kept in by Mike Church-Vera. Sent across behind the stick of number 5, Dylan Hart, and he'll have to touch up. Hart looks a little gassed, so the captain will come to the bench. Spark plug Kyle Fiore, number 24, on in his place, as Gilbert will fire it behind for John Carroll in the blue, and they'll get a change. That shot right on net. Save made there by Gravenstein. The rebound was dangerous, but Drexel did enough to keep that out of the net. Forecheck here for John Carroll. They stay on the puck. It's dropped back behind the net. Fiore is there, and Wyeth Cool comes up with it. Michael Yelishny nearly goes down, brings it into the zone, long shot right into the chest of Dylan Gravenstein. Catch your breaths here at the Class of 23 Arena. Back and forth we go, a 4-4 contest. 5 minutes left in the second period. Face-off won that time by Patrick McGinley of the Drexel Dragons in the home white uniforms. Wyeth Cool brings it up. Nice long pass there, but couldn't get onto the stick of Neely. In the neutral zone, Fiore. Now it comes to Neely and back for Fiore as he tries to win the race down the ice. Carlo Bertoni back behind the net gets a stick on it. Mills is in there as well. Cameron Neely on the forecheck for Drexel. It's Bertoni and Neely getting after it. And Bertoni does just enough to get it off to Mills. Mills unable to clear, and Patrick McGinley keeps it in. Neely waits for reinforcements as he turns with it. Along the near side boards, Patience into the slot. Corkery, big rebound, nobody there to finish it. Mills taking off the puck. Patrick McGinley spins with it. 4:24 to play. Nathan Runk has the puck taken off his stick by Patrick Gilbert. He's going to get it back. 3-on-2 for Drexel. Center cross. Sklar in there, can't get the touch, and Wesley Deacon very safely comes up with it and puts the glove down. 4 apiece here from the Class of 23 Arena. 4:12 left in the second period. Drexel and White moving from left to right. John Carroll and the Navy Blues from right to left. Sklar, a couple of touches, gets that one wide. Drexel scored a very similar goal in the first period where Jim Miklik fired one, multiple feet wide of the net. An unbelievable redirect from Nathan Runk. Put it back behind the goalie. Didn't even get to the back bar of the net, but it did make it past the goal line. That made it 2-0. John Carroll then tied it up at 2, eventually took the lead 3-2. Drexel scored twice more in this period, and John Carroll got the last one. That's how we're here at 4-4. John Carroll looking to add for it. Nice save there by Gravenstein. Bo Rosbach just muscles off the puck. Keeping it in, Rosbach there. DiCarlo back behind the net. He shoves from behind. Now sent right in front, they can't get the shot off. Gilbert comes up with the puck. It's flicked up and over the boards and into the student section here at Drexel. Beautiful toe drag on the last play by John Carroll, but Dylan Gravenstein did not give up that near side post. Keeps it 4-4 with 3:10 left to play. They deem that the faceoff comes back outside the zone. It'll be Freilich against Weller, and Weller wins it for the Dragons. Here comes Jamie Crane, and he brings it into the zone before Weller could touch up. Just realized that about a moment too late. The Drexel Dragons, one of the best starts in program history. They're 15-3 overall, just the one loss in ECHA play. Remember, this is not a conference game, but as Drexel progresses through this season, remember that it's the regular season champion that earns the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. A huge hit there, that time by number 18, Nicholas Carbone. And a save is made. But boy, head down that time. Number 21, James Schickling, got rocked. .240 left in this second period. A scintillating 4-4 game thus far. Drexel controls that face-off. Church Vira back behind the net. And he'll carry up the near side. Eugene Lim flicks it up onto the stick of the captain Hart. Church Vira switches roles here with Lim. He comes up to the point. Back behind the net. Here's Hagen. Mikulik, Hagen, tape to tape. Stopped there. Boy, I tell you, in a heap there. He cannot even skate, unfortunately. What a stop by Max Wapperer. Now Hagen sent in front. It was deflected there by Pontelli. And we have a stoppage as the net comes off the moorings. Take you back to that shot by number 4, Mike Church-Vara for Drexel. It was tape-to-tape passes. Mikulik, Hagen, he loves that cross-ice pass, gets it onto the stick of Mike Church-Vara, who has a lethal shot, throws that right into the knee where there's no padding for Max Wapper, and he goes down in a heap. He's on the bench now. You hope he is okay over there, and you love that type of effort. Shot. Boy, I don't think after the first deflection that Wesley Deacon saw that puck. Fortunately, it went wide. Here's Wyeth Cool back behind the net. He loses the puck. McMahon tries to send it in front. What a play there by Nicholas Urbani to get the stick on the ice. Stopped what would have been a real goal-scoring opportunity. McMullen back at the point. Rossbach, the little man, tries to get in, but he loses the puck. Kyle Fiore can't get the puck on his stick, but it's mishandled by Patrick Gilbert. That shot goes just wide. Wesley Cool pinches well. And a high stick will bring the face-off to the near side circle in the Drexel offensive zone. 1:12 left in this one. $1:12 left in this second period. Face-off won by Drexel. Church-Vara keeps it in at the point, but it's poked away from him that time by Nicholas Carbone. Back behind the net, Jacob Kuzma turns with it. Badgered by the Dragons, and they're unable to clear it. That shot comes to the stick, and it's deflected wide calmly. Now Josh Sklar has it off angle. That shot, he's looking behind him, and he finally covers up. John Carroll doesn't like it, but boy, Deacon had no idea where that puck was, and it was loose the whole time. 47.6 left. Now the referee having a discussion right now with Deacon. Why didn't you blow that dead? Referee saying he's pointing at the ice because the puck was right there. Face off, won by Drexel, but it'll feather its way out of the zone. Everybody touches up. And now it comes back into the neutral zone. Nathan Runk with the puck. Mike Church-Vara turns with it. 34 seconds left. Long cross-ice pass comes onto the stick of Josh Sklar. Sklar saucers it in. It comes off the backboards. Russell, a nice touch there onto the stick of Kuzma. Kuzma gets it up to the point, not out. Sticked up onto the top part of the boards here. Nathan Runk has it on the near side boards. DiCarlo didn't get nearly enough on that one. Church-Vara makes the good decision not to pinch, but now here comes John Carroll the other way. 4 seconds left in the period. Church-Vara will just spin it on the back wall and hold it, and that's the way we'll end the first 40 minutes of play. 4-4 in this one. John Carroll outscores Drexel 3-2 in that period. 18 shots on the night for the Dragons, 13 for the Blue Streaks of John Carroll University. Nothing short of a scintillating game thus far. Appreciate everybody being with us. Bob Long on play-by-play. Mike Crisafulli is on camera. We'll take a break, come back on the other side. We're going to have some interviews for you with Drexel Dragon players, as well as a special guest, an old-time Philadelphia Flyer, Reggie Leach. We'll be back. To the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame induction dinner, and we have one of the men of the hour, Reggie Leach, on with us here. Reggie, so excited to have you. Congratulations on the induction. It is so well deserved, and it's a big night for you and Flyers Nation.
Well, I think it's, for me, it's a great honor just to come back to Philadelphia and to accept this award. You know, I was pretty excited when they called me a couple months ago that I was inducted, and I think it's one of my greater honors that I have received over the years.
One of the famed LCB line in 1974, 1975, really the 70s, when the Flyers were at their heyday and winners in the Stanley Cup in 75 against the Buffalo Sabres. Walk us back to that time frame as Reggie Leach steps into the rink at the Philadelphia Spectrum on a given evening. What are the fans going to see on that evening? What is the LCB line going to bring to the ice that night?
Well, you know, it's actually pretty funny because I remember my first time when I was traded from California and to come to the Flyers just won their first cup against Boston. I came in and I guess I took over Bill Fletz's spot.
Yes.
And I remember Bobby Clark telling the press that I would get 45 goals or 50 goals in a bad year. And I remember having 5 goals at Christmas time. That's it, because it took me a long time to get used to their system and what they were doing, because when I played in California, we didn't have a system. We didn't even have a hockey team, I don't think. We just played the game. But getting back to Philadelphia and learning their system and learning what Philadelphia was all about, learning what the Flyers were all about, that was my big adjustment. But then I had the chance to play and repeating and the Flyers repeating for the Cup and 74, 75 against the Buffalo Sabres. So that's it's a dream for us to win for myself to win the Stanley Cup, for any Canadian kid as a young hockey player to win. That was it. That was the whole thing.
And that's the constant with hockey guys that I see, is talking about the team first, being humble and talking about the team. But let's talk about you individually, winner of a Conn Smythe Award. One of the greatest honors, the greatest honor that an individual player can receive. What was that like?
Well, I think, back then, you really didn't think about, as a hockey player, you really didn't look at the rewards that winning the Conn Smythe and that, because we lost. We lost to Montreal in 4 games. And then I think you reflect back after you're out of hockey for 5 or 10 years, and you reflect back on of the great teams I played with in Philadelphia here, and losing to Montreal in 4 straight, and me winning the Conn Smythe Trophy and scoring 19 goals in the playoffs. And, that's still a record today, let you know that. And those are things that you reflect back on. Playing in a team in 1980, going 35 games without a loss, and losing to the Islanders in 6 games. So all these little things you put together, and all, as myself as a hockey player, I had a lot of great seasons, but I had some really bad seasons also. Well, according to them, they were bad. But today, scoring 28 goals to 38 goals a year, that's like a superstar season in this hockey. So
it is. But
back then, when I was playing, that was considered a bad year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Philadelphia obviously lost a good friend a couple years ago in Mr. Snyder. Tell me about what it was like. Describe that, playing for a Ed Snyder organization, and what that meant to you, what that meant to the whole team.
I think with Ed is that, I found him more of a owner that loved his players. I know he did it as a business, but he still treated us all the same, and I think that was the big thing about Ed. He knew the ups and downs. He knew that what he had to do to improve the club to make the club better. He didn't waste that much money when we played in the 70s anyhow, because we didn't make that much money. So, but those are things that he took a chance, and he brought the hockey to Philadelphia, which I think Philadelphia is probably one of the best hockey towns that I have ever played in. The sports people in Philadelphia is probably one of the greatest around. Even when you have bad teams, they let you know when you're playing bad. They let you know when you're playing good also. And I think that's a fair deal. If you're not playing up to par, I think it's up to the people if they want to complain about it. They're the ones that are spending the money to see what they put on the ice, and I think it's very important to have people have their input of what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Reggie, congratulations once again.
Good.
And it's great to have you on here this evening. We really appreciate it. Congratulations on the honor. It is so well deserved.
Good. Thank you very much. And when do I get my check?
You get your check tomorrow.
Okay. Is it
Actually,
coming in
it's
the mail?
already in the mail.
Oh, good.
Look
Thank
at
you.
this.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You got it.
Yeah. Good. Thank you.
Live with Gene Lim here on the Drexel Hockey Network, a sophomore left winger. Gene, welcome. And you guys were working hard out there today. It was a great day at camp and then a great scrimmage in the second half. I'll have you throw that mic right in front of your mouth there. How did it go out there? What did you see from the guys?
Saw a lot of battling going on out there. It looked pretty good for first day back, actually. I know a lot of the kids been working hard over the summer, so you can kind of see it on the ice. But it's still first day, so we're still trying to get our legs under us, but it was a good time.
What does summer look like for you guys? Because here we are in September. They just put the ice down here at the Class of 1923 arena. So where are you guys working, and are you working out together? How does that summer look for a Drexel hockey player?
Well, during the summer, I know if you live in the state, you have, the team, they'll set up like maybe a couple group off-ice workouts during the week, but in terms of skate, maybe like once a week during the summer. And some kids, they also play college elite, like a little showcase somewhere in Philadelphia. I'm not around here, but so I can't like join any of them. But just from what I heard, that's what they do during the off season. So.
And where do you hail from? Where did you go to high school, and how did you make your way to Drexel?
Long story. So anyways, I'm from California, Torrance, California, but I went to high school in Connecticut, like a little prep school called South Kent, when I was like 13. And just from there, I just been living by myself at boarding school, playing hockey, trying to get to the next level. But she asked how I got to Drexel.
Yeah.
Well, my sister, she went to Penn.
Okay.
So when I'd come visit her sometimes, Drexel was right next door. So it's always been in the back of my mind.
Sure.
That's here. So I don't know, when I was choosing colleges, Drexel seemed like the right fit, just with the co-op, and I didn't know they had hockey at first when I first came.
Really?
I found out that they had tryouts, and I just kind of hopped in.
That's great.
What I could do.
And so how has Coach Zoldi and his staff molded, someone like yourself who maybe didn't know there was going to be hockey, and some guys that knew from, the beginning of their hockey careers that they wanted to play college? I'm sure you did as well. I mean, how does he mold such a different group of individuals together to what was a very successful season last year, and, of course, hoping for that this year?
I think it's all the rookie captain. bringing all the guys together and just like bonding. If you bond off the ice, you bond on the ice, and you can work together. And yeah.
So how do you guys bond off the ice, Gene?
Doing what guys do. We have a lot of fun. Just sit around, laugh, tell jokes and stuff, and make fun of each other. But
that's great.
Nothing too harsh, though, you know. Just for fun.
Absolutely. So we sit here in the middle of September. Your first home game, or first game in general, is in a couple weekends. Home game, not for about a month. What's it like to come to a venue like this, which is really, I mean, a tremendous atmosphere, a tremendous building? What's it like to call this your home ice?
It's actually pretty special, this rink. It's huge compared to like all other rinks. So when you get the crowd in the stand when you're playing, and then you get everybody cheering, it does pump you up a lot. And yeah, it's a big arena, so like sound travels throughout the rink, and it's fun. It's loud. It can get loud.
It's great. Well, October 13th, that'll be the first home game. I know we'll be looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you out there.
Sure.
Gene Lim, appreciate the time.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Welcome back inside the class of 1923 arena. Bob Long here is your play-by-play host. Mike Crisafulli back behind the camera doing a great job here tonight. We have a great one, as you see on the scoreboard in the top right of your screen. 4-4 in a game between John Carroll and Drexel University. Two teams that while they're not in the same conference, they've gotten to know each other pretty well over the last 7 years. This rivalry started as John Carroll was looking to schedule more quality teams that were trying to make runs to the NCAA, or the ACHA National Tournament, I should say. And Drexel was right on that list. Not too long of a drive across Ohio and then PA. Decided that they would play them every single year, and it's been that way. 1 year at John Carroll, 1 year at Drexel. John Carroll now in Philadelphia for the fourth time as a program, and they're excited to be here. Talked to Scott Chantry before the game. He speaks very highly of this Drexel program, and I know that Kyle Zoldi feels the same way about John Carroll. What we've seen on the ice, nothing short of a tremendous hockey game thus far. I think we're going to have a very special third period in store for us. Dylan Gravenstein's done a nice job spelling Jeremy Wick in net tonight. And on the other side, Wesley Deacon's done a good job for John Carroll as well. Just these teams continuing to attack, put dirty goals in. I think that that's how this game's going to be won, one way or the other. Who's going to attack the net, who's going to control the puck, and who can put away that elusive goal to win this game. It's now time to take your attention to the ice. Thanks for being with us all night here tonight. We will finish after midnight, that is for sure, but appreciate the late bedtimes for all involved. We'll talk to you soon. Reminder to stay tuned. After the game, we're going to have either a Drexel head coach or one of the assistants or one of the players come up for a post-game interview. So when this goes final, stay with us. And we'll have bonus post-game coverage for you here on the Drexel Hockey Network. We're back underway here in the third period. Drexel wins the initial faceoff, and they control it coming out of their defensive zone. Jim Mikulik kicks it forward to himself, carries across the line, sent in, deflected to the back wall there by Deacon. Here's Christopher Hagan, leads the team in assists, came into the game with 17 assists as he carries to the near side boards and is able to at least corral it and send it back behind on the backhand. Dylan Hart on the forecheck. Jacob Kuzma is in there along with McMahon, and McMahon's going to do the job, although they cannot clear it. Eugene Lim whips it right on net, and Wesley Deacon is there for the save. And we're underway here in the third. Kyle Weller will take the face-off, and he wins the face-off. Kept in right at the line, sent across and sticked up and into the netting. Drexel in the home whites. They move from right to left in this period. John Carroll University out of Cleveland, Ohio, is in the dark blue, and they move from left to right. Jamie Crane back behind the net, works hard. Pontello is back there. He scored the first goal of the game. He also has an assist to his name. Crane's going to come up with the puck back behind the net, spins with it. Brings it back onto his forehand, back behind the net, and Weller couldn't get it onto his tape. Maybe a little lackadaisical, though, from the blue streaks, so Drexel's going to get the puck back. Schickling has it. Schickling has a goal tonight as well off the assist from Kyle Weller. Turning with it now. Crane off angle. Sent right in front. They try to go to the backhand. A beautiful stick in that time by Max Wapperer to prevent the backhand from Kyle Weller. He certainly could have had Wesley Deacon beat had he had the opportunity to get that off his stick. Jim Mikulik's long pass gets onto the stick of Patrick McGinley. He promptly gives it away and gets it right back. Drexel will get a change. McGinley right on. Nobody there as obviously the Dragons were changing. McGinley sprawls to the ice. Turning with it now. John Carroll fires it back in. That's Gilbert. Adam Glicka back behind the net. Can't win the race. It's Wyeth Cool. Wyeth Cool carries into the neutral zone. Cool able to maintain possession of the puck. carry it all the way back behind the net. Sent up to Patrick McGinley, but it was on his backhand. He wasn't ready for it there. Patrick Gilbert gives the puck away for Patrick McGinley. Sent right across and onto the stick of Fiore. He could not handle it. A beautiful opportunity. Now kept in that time by Nicholas Urbani. Urbani maintains puck possession. Back behind the net and off angle shoots. And I don't think Deacon knew where it was. It was in his side, though, as he now lets it wriggle free. 17-11 to play. We are now even in shot count. It's Dylan Hart, the captain, to take the face-off against Jacob Kuzma. John Carroll wins the face-off, but they can't clear. Urbani keeps it in, and now a nice job by number 21, Bo Rosbach, to finish that job. Touched up at the blue line by Christopher Hagan. Back behind the net they go. And Eugene Lim won the race. For his efforts, he's discarded into the backboards. Hagan back for Lim. Hagan. They whip it off to Urbani. He loves this wrister from here. Sends it right on. It was sticked wide. Nice save in front. Hart doesn't get a lot on it. It doesn't even get all the way to Deacon. Wesley Kuhl comes up with it. Wyeth Kuhl as Christopher Hagan back behind the net. Right in front, shot right on. It was off the pad of Deacon. He makes the save on the Captain Hart right at the doorstep. James Grable carries with speed. Taken off the puck hard. Bo Rosbach stay with it. Behind the net now, he sends in front, and it was deflected well by Drexel. It will force Pontello back into his own zone. Runk bathers him. Pontello stays strong on the puck. Pontello sends back behind the net. They have a guy right in front. If they can get it in front, they couldn't see him. Max Whopper had Ellis wide open. He did not see him in time. Gianluca Travia, full head of steam. McMullen gets the first touch and takes him off the puck. Tapped back in, Josh Sklar. They're going to wave off icing. Proper decision there by the referee. Gianluca Travia back behind the net. We're almost 5 minutes into this third period. No goals scored. It's a 4-4 game, a great matchup between two teams that have gotten to know each other a lot over the last decade. Into the neutral zone, the puck skitters. Weller got the stop. He didn't know where the puck was. Drexel's going to get the puck into the zone. Schickling is on the chase. But Glicka is able to clear it. Taken right back away from him and spun back by James Schickling. Grant McMullen, patience and confidence on the puck as Weller was right on him. Drexel will gain possession at the red line, and Mikulik will flick it up. This will get on the goaltender, and he really does a nice job to shove it wide. 14:20 to play. Grant McMullen will spin it up the boards. Tried to keep it in. Now an opportunity. 3-on-2. Carl's sent across. Big time save that time by Gravenstein. Oh, baby. Tremendous that time by the netminder from Drexel. Drexel tried to feather one in there. Didn't get what they wanted. And now they'll retain possession at the blue line. Boy, just a tremendous save that time by Gravenstein to keep this game tied. Adam Glicka, huge hit. He goes down. And a penalty is called. The Drexel bench unhappy. Wasn't interference. Might get a roughing call here. Glicka was on the puck. He had his head down. Didn't see Mikulik leave his feet. TJ Lasik, assistant coach, he has his hands to the sky in dismay. Kyle Zoldi will now lead the discussion as well. He can't believe it. It's about as fiery as I've ever seen head coach Kyle Zoldi. It's something that at this level is a quick whistle, and I don't know that it always needs to be. Just because it's a big hit, it can still be a clean one, and that's at least what I saw. That's what the bench saw from Drexel. Now 5-on-4 set in front, never got to Gravenstein. Drexel unable to clear. Brian Russell has it, sent right in front. Save made by Gravenstein. He's up to task, squares up, and takes the shot from Pontello right in the chest. $13:05 to play, $132 on this power play. Drexel trying desperately to clear, and they do, and now they have numbers. It's 3-on-2. Shot on. Weller can't hit the soft toss there on the rebound. Boy, they had the numbers. Really, it was probably more like a 3-on-1, truthfully, with that second defender for John Carroll. A little late coming back. Cameron, I should say, James Schickling, a nice hit there. That one not called. .52 seconds left. Carroll hasn't really gotten a great look thus far. Now they carry back behind the net. This is Bo Rosbach. Up to the point. They swing it to Brian Russell. Russell thought about the wrister, gets it back to Rosbach, and they'll work it behind the net to Mills. Mills, patience for Rosbach. Russell. Shot goes just wide after the deflection off the stick of Weller, defensively for Drexel. 22 seconds left. Russell. Shot in front. Mills. Save made. How about that from Dylan Gravenstein? He gets that right leg out, the pad to the post, and doesn't let it go home. 6 seconds left on the man advantage. Again, that one goes wide off the body of Mills. They'll get one more look at it here, and it's popped high over the netting, and Drexel has effectively killed the power play opportunity for John Carroll University. $11:28 left. Jim Mikulik back to the bench. Mentioned in the second period, there was the play where his leg was stuck in between two legs of a blue streak from John Carroll University. And as that particular player was lying on the ground, he just held his legs together as Mikulik tried to elude that clamp. And it ended up being Jim Mikulik called for the penalty. Then in this period, it was the hit with 100%. That player was on the puck, not interference. They must have called roughing. Two interesting penalty calls against Mikulik. But now they have the full strength 5-on-5 hockey with 11 minutes left. Sent right in front. Lim, it goes just through the crease. Save was made there. Goal from an off angle. Christopher Hagan. Just throw it on net. Went in doubt. Somehow beats Wesley Deacon short side. Thread in the needle if I've ever seen it. 5-4 Drexel, 10:53 to go. Kept in that time by James Schickling. Drexel looking to add on. Blocked there in front by Gilbert. Here's Jamie Crane back behind the net. Spins and works his way to the top of the circles. Fires it around, and it will find its way to Schickling in front. Weller, save, and then it comes right back in front. Jamie Crane comes back, does the same thing. Schickling shot right into the chest. of Wesley Deacon. 10-19 to play here in the third. A good one. 5-4 Drexel leads over John Carroll. Back and forth we go. Long shot goes all the way down, and they'll get an ice. .10:09 to play. Drexel comes into the game 15-3 on the year. Back after a 2-week break that included the Thanksgiving holiday, just in time for a 10:30 p.m. start on a Friday night. Heck, if you're with us after midnight, 1, thank you, and 2, we'll let you know that there's a little bit of an earlier start time for tomorrow's game, 6:05, Drexel versus John Carroll University. That deflection goes just wide. Cameron Neely was looking for a repeat of that second period goal. Now he loses the stick. Nice kick there onto McGinley. Sent across. Fiore right on the doorstep. Might have been a touch that time from Wesley Deacon to send it wide. Wyatt Cool. Urbani, the shot. Goal! Nicholas Urbani. That wrister is an absolute snipe from the point. It's 6-4 Drexel. His favorite shot finds twine with 9:27 to play. Boy, and that's just Drexel continuing to wear down, continuing to maintain puck possession, and really a tremendous play by Cameron Neely. Remember, he lost his stick. Another opportunity. Center cross. Hagen. Goal! 5 seconds after the last one, Drexel wins the faceoff, brings it down the ice, and a wonderful pass in front from Dylan Hart, his second assist. And Christopher Hagen with the goal. Make that 2 goals for Christopher Hagen in this period. And the guy that came in with 3 goals and 17 assists, he says, you know what, I can pad the score sheet myself. Just like that, 7-4 Drexel. Gravenstein touches it up there. Wells hangs onto the puck back behind the net. Jim Mikulik will now try to protect the puck as Whopper comes in on a strong forecheck, and John Carroll will come up with it. Pontello at the point. Shot is deflected off the body of number 6, Chris DiCarlo, for Drexel into the backboards. Ellis sends it in front, nobody there. And Jim Mikulik comes up the ice. Long saucer pass. Now DiCarlo has it. DiCarlo shot goes high in the net. Josh Sklar back behind the net. He'll nudge it forward. DiCarlo runs into Pontello. Pontello with a little extra for DiCarlo. And Pontello back behind the play will push DiCarlo again. Now an opportunity here for Drexel. Sent right in front, Pontello with a wonderful block on Crane. James Schickling back behind the net. He will push it with 7:46 to go in this one. And taken off the puck there well by number 13, John McMahon. Up for James Grable. Drops it off for McMahon, and it whiffing that time is Gianluca Travia. John Carroll unable to keep it in the zone. Drexel will get a half change as Jamie Crane comes to the bench and Kyle Fiore comes on in his place. Bo Rosbach tries to turn off it, could not control the puck. And Drexel a 3-goal lead as that one flutters just high. Fiore taken into the boards. That's going to be a boarding penalty. And they will send number 12 to the box, Jacob Kuzma. That one you're not going to get too many complaints about. Kyle Fiore had his back to the boards. Was away from the boards by a couple feet. Kuzma cross-checks him right in the back, fires his head, unfortunately, right into the side of the boards. Fiore looks okay, but a very dangerous hit. Churchvara back behind the net for Drexel. Urbani. Hagen. Shot deflected high, and that goes out of play. Hits the roof here at the Class of 1923 Arena and comes back onto the ice. So we're going to face off at the near side circle in the Drexel offensive zone, won by Hart. Churchvara brings it back below the goal line. Hart shovels it around. It's onto the stick of Hagen. He's looking for a hat trick here tonight. Hagen onto the stick of Nicholas Urbani. Urbani with the long shot doesn't get to the net and fired all the way down. Drexel still with 1:05 left on the man advantage after the boarding call to number 12, Jacob Kuzma. Urbani with a full head of steam. Drops off for Mike Churchvara. Churchvara across to Weller, shot right on net, and Wesley Deacon there to make the save. .50 seconds left on the man advantage. 5:50 left in this hockey game. Drexel, it was 4-4 after 2 periods. Been a very entertaining game. Quick goals, 5 seconds apart, as that long shot is gloved by Wesley Deacon. Larceny with the left hand. Face-off controlled here by John Carroll. Bo Rosbach brings it in all alone. Rosbach scores! Cuts it to 2 as Rosbach just showed a little bit more effort than everybody else and has some speed to beat him down the ice. Wonderful finish through the legs of Gravenstein. And John Carroll says, not over yet. Rosbach's second goal of the night. Drexel patient here with 5:16 to play. Still 15 seconds left on the man advantage. That goal for Rosbach coming shorthanded. Lim has it back on his stick at the point, down to 2 seconds. Churchvara sends it across, maybe an opportunity, but they can't get rid of it. Deflected right across the front of the net. And now Jacob Kuzma across center. He drills Mike Churchvara from behind. No cross-check there called. Back behind the net. They spin with it, Lim. Lim is patient. Boy, so crafty with that puck back behind the net. Allowing Drexel to get a half change in. And Lim goes down hard right in front of the linesman. And the penalty is going to be delayed, as Sklar gets it on net, and another late hit Bodies all over the ice. Eugene Lim hit hard, boarded into the glass. An easy penalty call on the cross check. And John Carroll, not what the doctor ordered, down 2 with 4:16 to go. Patrick Gilbert will go to the sin bin. .4:16 to play. Drexel on the power play. Hart shot, won't get to net. Churchvara's shot will, but it's saved there by Deacon. The netminder for John Carroll, the Blue Streaks. Say, it's got to be something about those Ohio schools, you know? Not the Blue Streak, the Blue Streaks, like Kent State, the Golden Flash. No, it's the Golden Flashes. The Blue Streaks in town here in Philadelphia to take on the Dragons of Drexel. Not like the Tulane Green Wave. Marshall Thundering Herd. Those are collective. Collective nouns. Ooh, that one went just across. That might even have caught the outside of the post. 3:51 left, 7-5. Drexel leads by 2. A minute 30 left on Drexel's power play. Hagen's got 2 goals. Thinking about a third, but now it's Churchvara sitting right across in front. They couldn't get the tip on it. Jamie Crane was in the mix. Nicholas Urbani, pass onto the tape of Churchvara. That cross-ice pass gets onto Hagen's stick. Hagen floats it across for Hart, and he couldn't get the shot off. Crane filters it now and works it across to the slot. Urbani's there. The puck rolled on him, so he couldn't get the shot off. Right in front. They maintain possession, the shot, and the goal! There's your hat trick, Christopher Hagen. Christopher Hagen, he had 3 goals coming into tonight. You can double that, folks. He's got a hat trick tonight. 6 goals, 17 assists, and 23 points on the year. A tremendous season for the first-line winger. .305 to play, 8-5. Drexel leads. And Christopher Hagen gets a power play goal, his 3rd of the night, and a hat trick. Barring any unforeseen changes, very, very interesting 3 stars of the game here tonight as that one's popped above the net. Had to just send down the, as Kyle Zoldy's calling it, the Bob Long Sports 3 stars of the game. Appreciate that moniker. But it's going to be Christopher Hagen, Dylan Hart, and Eugene Lim, again, barring any unforeseen changes. And the only reason I say that before the game ends is because really unbelievable that this line, that's the first line for the Drexel Dragons, and all 3 forwards on the first line are going to be your 3 stars tonight. Very, very impressive, and they've accounted for a lot of the goals here tonight. Shot by Sklar, saved there off the pad of Wesley Deacon. Gravenstein, another nice save as he calmly collects that one and covers it up. Our man Michael, who cuts the highlights, 13 goals, he's got his work cut out for him. I expect that done by 4 o'clock a.m. .132 left. Drexel leads 8-5. a good one here. If you're still with us at 12:27 a.m. here in the East, we certainly appreciate it, and you love your hockey, don't you? Ooh, down on the play. Looks like Schickling. No, it's actually Wyeth Kuhl, number 2. Drexel trying to clear the puck. 1:12 to play, 3-goal lead. 6 guys in the mix there on the near side boards, and now the puck comes free. Jamie Crane taken down. John Carroll desperate to spring that puck loose. And Kuhl is unable to clear, but he gets it over to Urbani off a deflection. Fortunate there. Puck taken away there from Weller. Kyle Fiore comes in, fires it off the high board and into the defensive zone. And now a giveaway. Schickling, goal! James Schickling takes the turnover. Thank you very much to the backhand and fires it top shelf. (9-5) as Schickling tacks on one more. Sorry, James, it's too late to get into the 3 stars of the game. Give that goal to me a minute earlier. Of course, in jest. A tremendous goal, that time by Schickling to turn that to the backhand, top shelf, and he beats Wesley Deacon. 15 seconds left in this one. Here's Cameron Neely. Neely, that shot is saved there. It hit the helmet, and it looks like Deacon is a little worse for the wear after that one. You hope he's okay. Shaking the cobwebs off in between the pipes. Face-off won by McGinley to the backboards. 3 seconds left. And that will do it here from the Class of 23 Arena. Drexel a 9-5 winner. And Dylan Gravenstein gets his first win at home here for the Drexel Dragons. He improves to 5-0 on the year. Gave up 5, but boy, it was an onslaught at times from both teams here tonight. And he truly made some tremendous saves in net. But the big story, Christopher Hagen. Just 3 goals on the year, 17 assists. He's a distributor by trade. But he scored 3 tonight, a hat trick in the return home from the Thanksgiving break. A tremendous game from him. And if our folks in the team can help us out a little bit and get Christopher Hagen up here for a post-game interview, I think that would be very proper. Nice effort from the Dragons, 29 shots, 9 goals on those 29 shots. John Carroll, 5 goals on 21 shots as the Dragons thank the fans. 12:31 a.m. in the East, and the student section continues to sing Sweet Caroline. How sweet it is. A little bit lighter than it was earlier in the game. Some folks going to bed, but the loyal folks are staying. Very impressive. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, or same place, I should say, not the same time, a lot earlier at 6:05. Love the energy from Hagen there. I hope he does come up to join us because we're going to have to apologize for the miscommunication. Hagen was the first star. I called down Hagen as the first star. But that's okay. Oh, man. So that is your final here from the Class of 23 Arena. Hang with us as we're going to get some of the guys up for interviews here in the booth. But thanks to Mike Crisafulli for helping me with the camera as he always does. He does a great job. I'm Bob Long here from Philadelphia, thanking you for joining us. A 9-5 win for the Drexel Dragons, ending well after midnight after a 10:30 p.m. start. but if you can, hang with us for another couple minutes, and we'll get you interviews with several of the distinguished members of the Drexel hockey program. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Thanks for hanging with us, everybody. Certainly appreciate it. Please hang on just another couple minutes as we're going to have a member or a couple members of the Drexel hockey team on with us here in a 9-5 win as they took down John Carroll to improve to 16-3 on the year. Players are getting ready to come up the stairs right now, so hang on just a couple minutes. Thank you so much. All right, welcome back inside the Drexel Hockey Network booth. Bob Long along with the top line for the Drexel Dragons. You guys accounted for 5 of the 9 goals scored here tonight, including a hat trick for Christopher Hagan. Chris, congratulations, man, on that. That was impressive. You came in with 17 assists to lead all of the team, but you decided to get on the score sheet in a big way tonight.
Yeah, like we said, we wanted to play simple coming into this game, so the passes that Hart and Lim give me are right on the tape, so it's nice that I finally could score tonight. So.
And Eugene, a couple of goals for you tonight as well. What went well out there for, again, not just you, I think of you guys as a unit, as a line. What went well for the 3 of you guys out there?
I think it personally is just the cycling and the passing. If the passes are good, then you'll just be able to like grip it, rip it, and snip it, and then you could just sell it with the boys. And then it's a great time overall. But, yeah. And
Dylan, to you now, in terms of kind of getting the whole engine going at your center position and you know, notching assists, et cetera, what did you see out there tonight? What went so well for you?
Yeah, as Eugene said in simpler terms, I mean, we just moved the puck really well. I've been playing with Hags since my freshman year. We've been playing 2 years with Lim now. We kind of just know where each other are. And it's really easy to work off that. These 2 can score, and when they're not doing that, they're feeding me backdoor. So it works, the 3 of us.
So you guys are back after a 2-week break. You return home. First of all, I have to ask about a 10:30 p.m. start. What did you guys think about that? How did you prepare?
Unusual start time. It's kind of late, but we just came into it like it was a normal game. The crowd was absolutely unbelievable today. They're getting us fired up. Frank on the bench, he was getting us pumped up too. Big team guy.
Chris, what did you see out there? What did you think of coming back off break, a late start, and being ready to play?
Yeah, usually we're on the road Friday night, so it's kind of weird playing home on Friday nights. But we have this team again tomorrow, so hopefully take it to them.
Dylan, when you see a team like this, and I know you've been here for a while, you've seen a lot of John Carroll, not a division or conference opponent, but somebody that your team has scheduled year after year after year. What type of challenges do they bring into a nightly contest like this?
Yeah, they're a solid team. I feel like every year we're either splitting with them or they're always close games. So it's good to come back from the break with a big test, especially with another league game coming up next week. So I feel it's good. I know geographically it doesn't make sense that they're a rival, but I feel like they are. So it's always an easy game to get up for.
All right, guys, you got about 17 hours till puck drop. How do you prepare for the next one after a quick turnaround?
Just what I did last night. Play some NHL, get my game going. You know, gotta get the sticks, the fingers. Hopefully, I can score a couple goals in that game.
Do you see a lot of carryover?
Yeah, it translates from the screen onto the ice, so it really helps. But wake up with a little eggs and bacon, and then we're ready to go.
Wonderful. Well, guys, congratulations on a great game tonight. Congratulations, Chris, specifically on a hat trick tonight. Really, really exciting, and I know a lot of your fellow students down there were really excited for you.
Yeah, I hope so. They were. It's my second career hat trick, so hopefully remember this one.
There's more to come.
More to come, they say. Well, no more to come from us here tonight, but we will be back on the air for a 6:05 p.m. puck drop. The top line of Drexel is with us here. They'll be with us tomorrow night, and we appreciate everybody being here. Your final score, Drexel 9 and John Carroll University 5. Thanks to these guys once again for being with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks.